a little grocery delivery because there wasn't a window. Well, I guess I did a grocery pickup because there wasn't a delivery window. So it feels good to have that in my car without actually having to go into the store and get distracted by a million things. But hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Clara. If you're not new here, thanks so much for coming back. It is a busy Monday, but it is also the start of a new month. How is it already August? I mean, like, I feel like you just say that the older you get, it's like, how is the time flying by? But like, how is it already August? It was technically the start of the month over the weekend, and I did have like a really strong start to the month. I scheduled weekend workout classes. I never do that, but with all the travel I've been doing this summer, sometimes the first of the month and just like kind of starting new like habits and routines and just keeping up with habits and routines rather, like it's so easy to just tell myself like, oh, I have another trip in 2 days, like I shouldn't schedule workout classes, whatever. I'm trying to actually take advantage of the start of August. But wow, the year is flying by. I've been traveling so much. I'm home for a few days, then I travel again, but then I'm home for a decent chunk. I do have like a 2.5 week chunk of just being home in August, which I'm very much so looking forward to. We can chat later because I should probably get out of this pickup spot, but we should actually chat later about New Year's resolutions, especially now that it is well into the year, over halfway through the year, because I was thinking and some of like the, not necessarily pain points, but I don't know, this year has a funny way of working out and those goals have a funny way of coming to fruition and kind of a be careful what you wish for type of way. So we can talk about that later, but I need to go to one more place to pick stuff up and then I'm back home and I'm making lunch. It is already noon, but I've had a very good morning. I use traveling and getting back into my routine as an excuse to just eat out a ton, which like who doesn't? But when you're traveling 5, 6, 7 times a month, you kind of gotta just like cut it out and eat at home whenever you can. So I got a couple of things to make meals for the next few days. I have some bread from my favorite bakery that I got over the weekend. So I got a tomato and some sandwich supplies, and then I'm also gonna make, if you've seen it, it's like a rice with ground beef, cucumber, like curry, coconut milk situation. I'm gonna make that. I found a recipe that's kind of similar to the one that I've seen going around. It looks like they had to substitute my cottage cheese. I got Good Culture cottage cheese, and now I have Daisy, and I really only needed 2 of them, but that's fine. Some turkey cheese for the sandwiches, ground beef for the ground beef roll, needed some eggs for breakfast. I will say that I love doing Whole Foods order, like pickup or delivery, just because they have actual employees of the store that are assigned to like the shopping and the whole execution of it all, unlike a DoorDash or, you know, one of those other options where it's just the shopper that's assigned. Sometimes your shopper is really good, other times not so much. I did think that I was buying green onions, so these are gigantic. I don't know what these are, like leeks. But anyways, I like Whole Foods service because it's genuinely like an employee of the store who probably is more familiar with what substitutions they have in stock and like just available versus DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of that. It's just whoever happens to be delivering is also going shopping, so I feel like there's just more room for error. But usually with my Whole Foods deliveries, I get exactly what I need. And if it's not exactly what I need, at bare minimum, it is at least like a thoughtful substitute. So I'm gonna make some sandwiches really quickly, put the rest of this in the fridge, and then I have a decent amount of computer work to do this afternoon, and then I have more errands, but the computer work needs to have like precedent. But then that means that I'm gonna be running my errands in the traffic hour, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? I'm gonna have to sit through some traffic. Maybe I'll start an audiobook today. I forgot my sprouts. Aw. I can't get these open, so I might not have sprouts on my sandwich. Nothing crazy. Back to the computer with my sandwich and chips. There's been this one like rice bowl with ground beef, cucumbers, and then this curry broth that has been living rent-free in my mind and also rent-free on my feed, but I can't find the recipe, so I kind of freestyled it tonight. I filmed it for TikTok, so if it's any good, you can go bookmark it there. But nonetheless, a fresh home-cooked meal that is not takeout, so that in and of itself is a win. It's too rainy outside to go on a walk, but it's not too rainy outside to sit on my porch in my porch swing and read some of the book that I started last night. I was also the one that installed this, so we'll see if it snaps. I haven't sat out here in a while because it's just so hot, but the rain's actually pulling everything down. But how long does it take for like ropes to dry rot? I'm not sure. My favorite genre of books ever, favorite kind of book I should say, is romance books where it's a series and they're all like characters that are intermingled in the same like friend group or something. I'm obsessed. I just love knowing that there's like a sequel or something and I don't have to like say goodbye to the characters quite yet. So if you're into that, let me know what your favorites are. But I just discovered a new, I think it's like 3 different series that all intermix together. Unfortunately, I started reading them out of order, so they don't really all make sense to me. I would imagine that if you go in order, it all is very clear. So some of the dynamics and stuff are kind of lost on me, but I think what is the author's name? Like Elsie Silver, maybe? I have to check as soon as my hands don't have retinol moisturizer on them. But that's been my reading of choice lately. I think I've made it through 5 or 6 in the past couple of weeks. And when I say couple weeks, I think literally like a week and a half I've read 5 or 6 books. I'm just so obsessed. I just love, it's like watching like just like a tacky, cheap budget. This is gonna be offensive if the author's here. She here? Kind of like Hallmark movies, you know? Like they're not deep. There's no substance. It's just like, are they gonna get together? Yes, they're gonna get together. That's kind of the point of the book. But I love them. The first series that I ever read like that was Windy City series. That's so good. I've actually read it twice now. And this is the first series I've found that's like really scratching that same itch in terms of like the interconnectedness of it all. Let me find it. Battery running low. My Kindle never runs out of battery. I'm like, I have no idea when I even charge it. Yeah, Elsie Silver is the name. So I don't even know. How many have I read? Let me pull up my Kindle stats. In the past 2 weeks, I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm probably gonna finish the 8th tonight because I'm making quick work of it. I'm addicted. If you don't have a Kindle by now and you watch my videos, what are you doing? I am Kindle's #1 advocate. As someone that never read before my Kindle, I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but it's just something about like the dopamine you get from scrolling and still looking at a screen, albeit not like a crazy blue light screen, you know, it's like the paperwhite, so it's not as aggressive. You can read in bed at night, you can read on planes, you can get a library card and then just rent books to your library so you don't even have to spend money on the books afterwards. I love a Kindle. If I like broke my Kindle today, I would have another one overnighted. I love it so much. But that's what I've been reading. Haven't really been watching much. I did watch that crazy Netflix documentary. I was on a trip last week and we were just having so many documentary conversations, like people talking about their favorite documentaries, and someone recommended, what was it called? It's the one, it's new on Netflix and the cover is like this blonde lady. That's all I can tell you. I don't know the name of it and I don't want to give the plot away because there was some crazy twists in it, but that was pretty good. And then I also recently watched the F1 movie, which is not really new by any means. Great movie. Makes me want to go to an F1 race, and I know nothing about F1 other than the movie and I loved it. What else? I feel like I'm not really watching much. I'm just reading, which isn't a bad thing, but I'm trying to think. There's a new season of Ted Lasso coming out and I love Ted Lasso, so I will be deep in that as soon as it comes out. But that's also one that they just do like the weekly episodes of. I hate that. I hate that. I thought we cut the cable cords, we got rid of the cable so that we could binge and stream an entire season at once. Why are we going back to this weekly show drop? I hate it. I've been going to bed with my hair wet, so it just dries absolutely crazy, but I think I just got a contact high from the cobbler shop. Had a pair of Zara heels that I love dearly. Now in hindsight, like this is why people just buy new stuff and like continuously throw stuff away, because I think the heels were like 40 bucks, and to get them repaired at the cobbler, the little like toe thing, or like the bottom of the heel, that little cap thing came off of both of them. To get that replaced is 30 bucks, and they're kind of banged up as is, and I don't think they're gonna do anything about that. So probably should have just bought the new Zara heels, but I'm patronizing the cobbler shop, and it's a good thing that I found this place because they work on designer bags. And I have a couple of bags. They're just vintage bags that I got on like Vestiaire Collective or like Fashion File, that the leather is like a little bit worn, and I don't really want to DIY like leather condition them, even though I probably could. I would rather just take them somewhere. So I'll see how they do on these heels, and then maybe I'll bring a bag or two. I have a couple of returns to make. Did all my returns on King Street, and now I'm meeting my friend for some acai bowls for lunch. I've never been here. It's super cute. It's very tucked away. I feel like this is a College of Charleston spot. What do mosquitoes serve in the food chain?
I think we could do without.
The craziest thing happened. I was walking past Brandy Melville. This guy grabbed me by the neck and said, you have to go in there and you have to spend $150. And I like my life. I didn't want to lose it. So here's what I got. You can find little sets like hidden around the store in Brandy, but they're never like next to one another. You just have to look for the same like colors and patterns and, you know, like textures. So I found these shorts plus this tank top. Same, obviously this was kind of an obvious set that was laying out, but like the shorts were upstairs and like these were downstairs. So like the tank top I chose, there's quite a few tank tops in that color. So I got that little lounge set. I got these kind of like pointel gauchos for like a pajama moment. And I got the matching t-shirt, which is giving not Fifi, what's that brand? What's Paige Sorbo's brand? Daphne? It's kind of giving me like Daphne energy. Not that I own anything from there, but got that. I got another white tee. Always have to grab a crispy white tee and just get rid of one of my dingy ones whenever I find myself in a Brandy. So I got that. I got another pair of gauchos. Who am I? I actually was such a big gaucho girl growing up, so I kind of like that they're having a moment again. These are just gray, 100% cotton. And then I got another like tube top, tank top thing. I have a specific skirt that I think this will look cute with. And last but not least, I got this black off the shoulder top. I was riding the high of having done 2 really big clothing returns, so this was child's play compared to the money I got back. I have like 7 loads of laundry that I need to get through today. That's just like hand wash. I already did a hand wash. Like I was in like the 1600s in the bathtub. They probably didn't even have bathtubs in the 1600s, but I did a hand wash of a dress. I have like a couple other things that I need to hand wash. I really just put off all those like niche things that need like hand washing, delicate cycle, whatever, until it's like, shoot, I really want to like pack that or wear that, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm starting to pack and lay out items for the Hamptons, and this is my last trip. Well, it's not my last trip by any means. For the next 2.5 weeks, I'm home, and I'm not booking anything. I'm not going anywhere. I am sat. I'm enjoying my mortgage. I'm so excited to be home. But on the topic of like New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, I was thinking about what I was kind of measuring like as a metric of success for this year, like things that I wanted to achieve, things that I wanted to do. And one of them was go on 3 brand trips. And now I've lost track. I've been to Seoul, South Korea. I've been to the Amalfi Coast on a brand trip. I was Malibu on a brand trip. I've been on so many insanely sick brand trips. And this one that I'm packing for is also another brand trip. I have another one that I'm going on with Danielle Carolyn at the end of this month. So, yeah, at the end of this month, that's breaking that 2-week streak to Newport, Rhode Island that I'm so excited about. And I wish I could go back to New Year's Clara, like early 2026 Clara, who thought that the 3 brand trip goal was like so unrealistic, like really thought that that was a stretch goal, and tell her the type of year we've had. I'm so excited for all of these trips. The travel does kind of start to weigh on me, especially with all of this crazy like East Coast hurricane season. If you don't follow me on TikTok and Instagram, I post these little travel vlogs with like voiceovers of the day, and usually there's some mishap with the travel. At least that's how it's been tracking lately, knock on wood. Can't afford that tomorrow. It's a direct flight, so I think I should be fine. Again, knock on wood, because that sounds like famous last words. But anyways, sometimes the travel itself is very taxing, especially during hurricane season on the East Coast, with like one random storm will delay one connection and it's just like downhill from there. But I've gotten to see such insane, crazy corners of the world, crazy hotels, just have all these once in a lifetime experiences so many times over. So is it even once in a lifetime at that point? And I'm so grateful. Sometimes I get comments of like, girl, just stay home. I'm never gonna say no. I'm not about to pass up the opportunity to see some of these places and connect with my favorite brands and the people that work behind them. But I am excited to be home for the next 2 weeks. I'm using the dining room table as my packing central right now. I have my airport outfit. I have some like pool, beach, bathing suit outfits. I have some runners up. I have some, yeah, just like kind of a bunch of extras. Try to plan for the themes of the brand trip. And I have a package coming today that should have the last dress that I need. But otherwise, my wardrobe is pretty well stocked, and this bag has served me really well. I actually got this on that South Korea trip. I love this aloe set. I love just like pulling things out of my closet and loving what's in my closet, and like being excited to pull something out and not necessarily like buying all new stuff. I like when I can reap the rewards of like investing in something really nice, or buying something like in a flattering color that I'm looking forward to wearing again, or like taking care of it in the wash. I feel like it's nice when I'm packing for something and I'm reaching for tried and trues instead of feeling the need to like do a lot of shopping. Says the girl that has a Revolve package on the way. But I would say that I really like the direction that I'm curating my personal style lately. I love packing cube with labels. So start filling these, trying to make some sense to it all based on like days and plans and stuff. Probably don't need that many bathing suits for like 2 days, but I need options. I just spent so long doing my nails and I hate them. In fact, I hate them so much. I think I've actually done this color before and hated it. Collard greens. It looks like Shrek. I'm throwing it out. And now I must face the consequences of my actions, which is putting every single clean load of laundry on the guest room bed, which I need cleared for my pet sitter tomorrow. Plan B, well, I mean, plan A was fold the laundry. This is plan B. Plan C is to just wake up for the airport in the morning and then just scoop all this up and throw it on my bed. But I do land at midnight, and I have a feeling that future Clara is not going to be happy with plan C. So I'm going to see how much I can fold tonight. Well, I don't even know where to start. I should have started an audiobook earlier. I didn't. If you have any good audiobook recs, let me know. I'm going to fold until I get to 100 articles of clothing, because I have a feeling this is more than 100 articles of clothing. I'm going to fold to 100 and then I'm going to bed. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I have the camera battery for this. 4. I'm not gonna count underwear and bras. That seems like cheating. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, I just realized I dried something that was 100. Wow, I dried a lot of things that were not supposed to be dried. Oof, I will. More repercussions to face. What is that? 11? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those last 4 were all white tank tops that look a lot like one another. 21, 22, 23, 24. It only took to 71. Kind of overdid the tan on my hand. The thing about getting ready in the early morning hours like this is that sure, when I get to the airport at 5 a.m., everyone there is up super early. We're all kind of like, we're in this together. When I land at 8 a.m., we're gonna get on the bus at noon and then get to my destination at 4 and like make all these first impressions. No one's really gonna know that this was the situation when I woke up at 5, so it's just better to get ready. That was at least my mentality when I worked the early morning coffee shift. I can't get this necklace on. That was my mentality when I worked the early morning coffee shift at a coffee shop in high school. I would have to be up like so early, and then I would run errands afterwards, and I'm like, wow, I literally look like I just rolled out of bed, because I did rolled out of bed at 5 a.m. but now it looks like I just rolled out of bed at 10 a.m. and I was like, you should just get ready in the morning. I toyed with the idea of booking a blowout, but the only place I know to get a blowout in New York City, because we're gonna have a little bit of time to go, is Dry Bar, and Dry Bar is not reliable. Airport outfit of the day. The little black off-the-shoulder top that I got from Brandy Melville with some capris. Black flip-flops, and I have an Anine Bing sweatshirt, like crew neck to throw on in case I get cold on the plane. But once I get to New York, it is boots on the ground. So I'm gonna end off today's vlog here. So if you subscribe, the next video you'll see after this one is a little Montauk vlog. And then there's a couple weeks of Charleston home content coming your way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you want to see more of my life over there. And I will see you in the next one.